All right, so here we are back in the studio. Single cut records coming to life on the internet. Um, Something I was thinking about the other day was how I think a lot of artists, musicians, people, maybe even athletes, uh, might compare themselves to other people they emulate that they want to be like, and then kind of set that as the bar and say, if I'm not that good, then I don't want to do it. There's various spectrum. Some people are just don't mind just chucking a ball up at a hoop every once in a while, or just kind of picking up a guitar and just hitting it. But I think for the most part, everyone, for the most part, on average, they fall into that middle ground. They fall into that area of just contentment with the instrument, never gonna make a living off of it, but also not super frustrated by doing it and want to give up. And so I wanted to just put my thoughts out there for any upcoming musicians or any musicians who have kind of thrown in the towel over the years and just set the guitar or the keyboard or the trombone in the closet and just left it, because it's a great skill. Music translates into all sorts of other stuff. It makes the brain work. It's just, doctors will tell you, what, 3 days a week, half an hour of exercise, 3 days a week. That's the general recommendation. Well, do music 3 days a week for half an hour. Whatever it is, get a recorder, get anything, and just do music for half an hour, 3 days out of the week. I promise you it will change your life, just like exercise. Change your brain. And it doesn't have to be great. It can just be for fun. You don't have to win a marathon when you're on the treadmill at the gym. You don't even have to be in one. It's just about doing it. There's this radio station up where I'm at, and they were playing, like, it was a Beatles weekend, I think, and they were playing this George Harrison song, and it was kind of subtle at first. I don't know. I missed the intro, so I wasn't sure what song it was. But it turned out to be something, something in the way she moves. And they gave a little background on the story. But what was really great was hearing the song get put together. There's all sorts of these recordings of the Beatles that didn't get on the album. Most of the shit the musicians do does not get on the album. But when you listen to it, you hear the process. And if you're not recording it, if you're not that musician that you're hearing about on the radio, that's fine. They still went through that process. You go through that process. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. I got this. I literally just pulled up a song at random. Well, okay, full disclosure, not at random. I pulled one up at random and it was terrible. So you know what I'll do at the end? I'll go back. I'll play the song that was the original one, but I wanted something that I could really kind of jam to a little bit. And this is the fun of the home studio. Oh yeah, there you go. That's what I wanted to show you. So, that's okay. That's just something You can see it back there. Hopefully, I'm not breaking whatever rules. But yeah, so it's just something I did in GarageBand. Okay, this thing, I'm just going to show you. That song is from July 28th, 2015. That's the last time that song has been pulled up that I've done anything to. So that's like 4 years. Whatever. It's ECD. It's not a complex progression. It's just me messing around. What's great about GarageBand, if you ever get it, you can. There's the piano there. You just want the piano. Add that. Let's see. Here's the bass. So the fun of the studio, as many of you know, and for those of you who don't, that's what this makes the studio cool. That's why the technology is so great right now. You can get yourself a little Mac for pretty inexpensive. That's a Mac Mini that I'm using. Just plugged into an old monitor and keyboard, and you're up and running. A few $100s. A lot of them come with this software, GarageBand. It's great. It's pretty intuitive. Just press buttons. You're not going to burn down the house, probably. I don't know. You might suck at technology. But GarageBand, if you got a PC, there's all sorts of free stuff out there. Audacity, Studio One has a free version. Studio One's pretty intense. You got to be ready to spend some time on that. Reaper, all kinds of stuff. Those of you who have your own studio, you know about this, but please share anything that you want. That's what this whole concept's about. Everyone just getting into it. Those are some great suggestions. There'll be more videos on how you can go about building your studio down the road. But this one is really just focused on, Sean, this is just, like I said, it's 5 years ago. Now, it's not a complex song, but it could build into something. You take it, you lay it down, you show it with other people. It used to be you'd have to have the band and you'd have to already have it, and you'd get together and there'd be a really expensive studio and you'd have to put a lot of time and money. Single Cut Records can jam you with people from around the world. Throw up a riff. Somebody takes it. Hey, did you think about this? How about this? You like this guitar part? How do the drums sound here? Building the song piece by piece, just like the old school stuff did, just like the Beatles and the Stones and everyone like that. But we're utilizing this new technology to where we're going to be able to jam out with people and show songs to people and share music all over the world. And who knows what you're going to get. Now, are you going to get some, I can't even think, George Martin, the fifth Beatle, right? This producer? No, that's not what Single Cut Records is about. And it's not from that we're lazy or that we just don't want to push the envelope or anything. It's just, not everyone, not everything has to be this perfected, polished piece of artwork that's going to get played on millions of channels and make a lot of money. That's fine. If that's what you want to do, go do that. Go get the money. It's out there. You can get it. But if that's your thing, then Single Cut Records probably isn't for you, because this is rock and roll. This is raw rock and roll, or raw country, raw whatever. I like rock and roll. But that's what I wanted to get out there, is that just play, man. Just play. the music, do it, make it a regiment. Don't worry about the production value. That will come in time. It'll come through practice. It'll come through repetition, and maybe that half an hour 3 days a week that started on the treadmill turns into a marathon. You finish it. Maybe it takes 4 or 5 hours, maybe it takes 6, but you limp across that line. Well, the same with music. You might only write one song in your whole life, and it might be the most important song in your life. It might be that wedding proposal that just knocks him or her off their feet. It might be a dedication to a loved one. It could be anything, and it might be the only song you ever do. But do it. Get on the treadmill, get on the recorder, whatever it is, and just do music. Just play. That's all I got for now. It's just something that was on my mind, and I wanted to get it out there and share, and just show what's up in my studio. Why don't you guys show me what's going on in yours? Have a great night.